a video which has been requested so many times for you guys. I do believe I've done one such video in the past, but I'm not really sure. With 600 plus videos, it's but natural for me to forget what I've done and what I've not done. But anyways, today I'm going to be doing a beginner's kit. So I'm going to include some hair care, some skincare, some makeup, mostly makeup for you guys. So I'm going to talk about everything in sections. I'm going to talk about hair care, skincare and makeup in their own particular zones. And yes, if you want to know what I would throw in my beginner's makeup kit if I was taken back to that stage, then please keep on watching. Also, I would like to say you do not need to buy all of this all together. That would be going a little overboard. You can build upon it, but if you want to buy it all together, go ahead by all means. I've tried to keep everything from the drugstore and affordable, because when you're trying to learn makeup, you don't want to waste your Chanel's and your Anastasia's. So I've just gathered some, drugstore good picks that you would love, because I also love them. All of them are my personal faves, so you're gonna love them as well. So yeah, that is it. I've gathered all of them in a box, and yes, this is a collaboration video with Nykaa.com, so these are available online quite easily, and currently they have an amazing sale going on, which is the rainbow sale, so you might want to check that out as well. You might as well get more things than this, or get something completely different if your heart so wishes to. But anyways, this intro is getting really long, so let's just get started. Starting off with skincare, I would like to self-endorse something. So I'm going to be talking about the lavender body set that Nykaa recently launched. I am the face of it. I know you guys might be thinking, she's promoting it and stuff like that. No guys, I would honestly not promote anything if I do not believe in it. I've done a review on this. I've told you about all of its pros and cons, and yes, there are cons, so you can totally believe my opinion on this. I have 3 sets of this myself as well, so you can totally trust me on. I'm not too sure if you will get it in a kit like this with the loofah, but I am sure of a really amazing deal going on. So if you buy any 2 products from their bath and body range, it doesn't need to be from the lavender. There's jasmine, there's country rose, and then there's fresh aqua as well, so you can try them out as well if you already have lavender. So if you buy any 2 products from their range, you get a body mist free, and it's for 700 rupees guys. So I would definitely request you guys to go and check this out, because this is an amazing set. So you can go and check out the lotion as well as the shower gel, and you'll get the mist free, which is a really good thing. So yes, that is my first recommendation for you guys, because obviously no makeup, you need good shower gels, body lotions and body mist, and because summers are here, you need them more than ever. Going more into skincare, I would really recommend this Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. This is great for sensitive or dry skin. I have a normal to dry skin type, so this works amazingly well for me. I've used this once, and this is the second time I've gotten this. I love this. This does retail for 675 rupees, but it's totally worth the price. I cannot overemphasize on a nicely moisturized face. If your face is nicely moisturized, your makeup automatically goes on so much more smoother. So rather than blaming your foundation for looking patchy, try using a moisturizer, say about 10 minutes before starting with your makeup. It will definitely make a difference. So yes, a good moisturizer is a must-have in any makeup lover's kit. Another skincare product that you must have in your beginner's kit or any makeup kit is a good under eye cream. Our eye area tends to be a little bit more drier than our face area, and because my skin is already on the drier side, my eyes tend to turn more dry, and if you bake them, God save you. God save you, they just turn around so dry, and that's why an eye cream or an eye gel is a must to just replenish that moisture back into the skin. I have this eye gel by Kaya. This is the Lighten and Smooth Under Eye Gel. My under eye areas is the only area where I promote lightening creams because dark circles. So yes, this is the Kaya Under Eye Lighten and Smooth Gel. This is what it looks like. It comes in a tube like this, and it has a pointed nozzle, so it's really easy to apply under your eyes and then just like massage it in. And the MRPs of all of the things would be in the bottom bar, because I just don't remember the price of this particular product, so I'll write it in the bottom bar for you guys. And obviously a lip balm is a must. If you've been following me for a while, you would know that I'm a lip balm addict. I cannot live without my lip balms, and I love my baby lips to the core by Maybelline. I don't have any of it with me right now because I don't know, I forgot to take out a lip balm, but it's a must guys. So yes, any baby lips is recommended by me. Now moving on to makeup, which is by far my favorite part, hands down. Sorry, but I'm a little biased, so I'm gonna start with all of my recommendations. So let's jump into it. A primer is must in anyone's kit, be it a beginner, a major, an advanced, or a makeup artist. Primers just increase the longevity of your makeup as well as make it go really smooth. The one that I have today for you guys is the Revlon Photo Ready Perfecting Primer. What this does is that it makes sure your photos don't have a flashback. My other favorite primers include the Color Bar Primer, the Aglow Primer, and the L'Oreal Base Magique. My next recommendation to would be college going girls. You might want to get your hands onto a good BB cream. The one that I have here is by L'Oreal. This is the True Match BB cream. I need to wear it more often, but I really like the consistency of this. It wears really light on your skin and it has quite good coverage as well. Other BB creams that I really love are by Pond's and Garnier. The reason I'm showing you this one is because it also has like a shade selection. Garnier and Pond's has only a single shade which might not be suitable for every skin tone, but this has different shades as well, which makes it a little bit, edgier or like one step up than the other BB creams. Now, if you do want to get a foundation because of XYZ reason, firstly being you love putting foundation on your face, or you just want a bit more higher coverage or stuff like that, I still have some amazing recommendations for you. Let me just dig them out of this pile of makeup that I have. The first one is this Maybelline Dream Satin Skin. I've done a review on this foundation. I've used it more than half, as you can see, and I love it. It just gives a really nice dewy finish to your face. It has medium to full coverage and it's just like a very beautiful formula. It's very light on the skin and I just love it. Also, it has color options which is quite flattering on the Indian skin tone, like the heavy yellow undertone base, especially this one is quite yellow in color, and I'm in the shade, I guess this is B3 if I'm not wrong. Yes, this is B3, and as I said, it's quite lightweight, which is perfect for everyday uses as well. If you want to go up one step ahead and have like a full coverage flawless face but you still don't want to look cakey because no one likes that look, my favorite recommendation to you would be L'Oreal Infallible Stay Fresh Foundation. Again, I've used more than half of this, as you can see, and I love this to bits. This is quite raved. A lot of people swear by it. I know Komal from My Happiness also swears by it. We are like twinsies in that matter. We are twinsies in a lot of matters. But yes, anyways, this is a really nice foundation. I'm in the shade 140 Golden Beige, and this is what it looks like. It has full coverage. It doesn't make your face look cakey, which is amazing, and then again, it has quite a few shades to match your skin tone. Now, if you're a beginner, I wouldn't really think you're going to be needing that much of a concealer. But if you still want concealer, especially for highlighting or something of that sort, because I love highlighting, so I know how exciting highlighting is, I would like to recommend a Rimmel Hide the Blemish Concealer. Now, this is specifically for blemish or color correction or, just spot concealing, but I do feel this is great for highlighting your skin as well. You just need to find the perfect shade for your skin type. The shade that I have is Golden Beige 105, which is not extremely highlighting for my skin, so it's great if you want a subtle highlight and you just want to correct a pimple spot or an acne scar as well. The thing about this is, like, why it's great for beginners is it's a stick formulation, so you can't really go overboard with it. Sometimes you tend to go overboard with concealers, and at least I tend to go overboard with concealers, and then blending becomes a little bit of a task, which I think beginners want to skip. So that's why I feel a stick concealer is a best friend for any beginner out there. Also, this concealer is quite creamy, so you don't have to worry about it being dry or you being to be able to pull it and drag it under your eyes and over your eyes. It's quite creamy, so it's gonna glide on your skin. But if you do want like a cream concealer, my fave at the moment would be Maybelline Fit Me. I don't have it with me right now, but it's a cream concealer and it's quite light and it's just blends in like a dream. For powders, I have two options for you guys. One is for people who have normal to dry skin and other is for oily skin type. For normal to dry skin type, I have a Maybelline Fit Me. As you guys know, I really like this powder. I'm in the shade 130 Puff Beige. It's a really nice powder. It doesn't dry out your face but still mattifies everything down really nicely as well. But if you are on the oilier side and you need something more absorbing, then you should go for the Bharat & Doris loose powder. Again, I swear by this. I love it for baking as well. I wouldn't recommend baking to a beginner because it does need a sort of advancement in the makeup staircase. But anyways, if you want something to just suck the oil out of your face, then this is a really nice option to go for. It's a loose powder, so it will automatically absorb more than a compact powder. So I have those two options for beginners with different skin types. Moving on to something I really like doing, that are my eyebrows. I feel like my eyebrows are the best feature on my face. Somehow I don't like any feature of my face. I feel my eyes are small, my nose is fat, my lips are okay, but my eyebrows, I really like them, and that's why I love defining my eyebrows as well. So one thing that I would like to recommend to you guys for eyebrows is this Freedom pomade. Now why I'm going to be recommending a pomade to you guys is A, it has color, B, it also does the work of a wax, so you don't need to use a separate wax altogether, so it will save you the hassle of doing 2 steps and you will be done in 1 step. And then you have the control over it, like when you're using say brow waxes, it comes in a spoolie, and if the spoolie is too large and if your eyebrow is thinner, then you can easily go outside your eyebrow region and it will be like messy and stuff like that. With this you have total control over it, and this is a really nice formulation. It just really tames down your brows. I have it on my brows right now as well, and I feel my brows look fab. If you do however want to go for a pencil, I really like the Maybelline Fashion Brow. It has a powder on one side and pencil on the other side, but I do again feel pencil needs more precision because you don't want to make it look clumpy or anything. With this one you have more freedom to work with your eyebrows, I feel. Time for mascaras. I cannot tell you guys how important a mascara is in a beginner's kit, because even if you don't feel like doing anything with your eyes, you can just apply some mascara and call it a day with the lipstick on maybe. So yes, anyways, I'm gonna show you 3 mascaras from 3 different brands and 3 different price ranges, which I absolutely love. So the most costliest mascara is by L'Oreal. This is their False Lash Butterfly Waterproof Mascara. I love this. It just makes your lashes look so good. I love the wand. I feel it just separates your lashes so well, and it's so good for the lower lash line as well, and it just lengthens and volumizes both in one. Then I have the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express Mascara. I don't need to give a review on this. Everyone already knows this. This is one of the most raved mascara worldwide, and that's for a reason, because it just makes your lashes look so good. Now the thing with these mascaras is you can choose according to your price range and price pocket, because I love all of them dearly. Alright, so the last mascara option from my side is going to be this Color Essence HD Mascara. You might have seen all of these 3 mascaras so many times over in my videos that you might already know that I love these. Except this one, which I got after shooting my top 10 mascaras. These 2 were in my top 10 mascaras as well. So yes, I love these 3 mascaras by bits, 2 bits. Now for face, there's something else I would like to recommend to you guys as well. Now contouring is so enraged, so enraged, and even if you're a beginner, I do understand the feeling of wanting to contour so bad. So I would like to recommend something to you guys which is going to make your contouring task easier rather than making it more difficult. This Makeup Revolution Duo Face Sculpt is a great product to do your contouring, because the powder is extremely soft and blendable. If you do cream contouring, you're going to blend it out so much, and then layering it up with the powder makes it even more difficult. So you want to go for something that's going to make your life easier. This is pigmented, but it's extremely blendable and very soft as well. It also has like a highlight powder or a compact. For me, this is more like a compact color. So yeah, it also has that on the other side, so it's going to save you some money as well. You can like skip on the compact powder and buy just this only, and then you're going to be good to go. And if you really want to save some money as well, I would recommend this Makeup Revolution Iconic Blush, Bronze and Brighten palette. I have the shade Smolder, and every time I use this, so many of you guys ask me what palette I've used and what not. Because this has 3 products in it, it's going to save your money, and then it's also going to make you be less hassled by makeup, because I do get the feeling that you're gonna get overwhelmed if you see 30 odd products for your face altogether. I see that feeling on the face of the men in my life. Whenever I put out like makeup to do makeup, they're like, how many products do you have for a face? Your face is just like 9 by 9 and you have like 90 products for it. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But anyways, this is gonna make you less overwhelmed because it has 3 products in one. So you have a bronzer slash contour shade here, you have a highlight shade which is beautiful guys, it's really pigmented and it's a beautiful shade, and then you also have a blush, so you don't need to buy 3 separate things, you just buy one palette and you're good to go. Another tip to beginners is that you might want to invest in palettes because they're better options rather than going for individual products, because you're going to save on A, space, B, money, and then you're going to have everything together if you want to do your makeup. For eyeshadows, I would start off to recommend you 2 palettes which you might already know are like beloved by me. One is Maybelline the Nudes palette, and secondly it's the L'Oreal La Rose Nude palette. I have reviews on both of them, so I'm going to link it in the bottom bar for you guys to choose for yourself. La Rose Nude palette is more like a blush nude palette, while the Nudes is more like a nude palette. But if you don't want that many eyeshadows, because again I understand that you don't want to like buy so many shadows all together, you can also go for like duos. Lakme does duos, but my personal personal favorite duo is by Bharat and Doris because they're like so pigmented and the shades are beautiful. The one that I have here is number 9 and it's like a golden and a brown shade. So it's perfect for daily as well as party uses, because if you just want to wear it daily, you can use the golden all over your lid or the brown all over your lid, just like a wash of color. And if you want to like amp it up, you can wear golden on the lid and then brown on the crease and make it look like a smoky eye. So yes, this is a really nice eyeshadow duo, and again, it's not going to be that costly for you guys, and it's not going to be intimidating as well. Like 12 odd shades just for your eyes, that's intimidating, but 2 shades for your eyes is lesser intimidating. Moving on to liners, I'm going to first talk about eyeliners and then move on to pencil liners. So the 2 options I have for you guys are from 2 different textures. First of all is the gel liner, which I personally believe is better for beginners because you can use it on your lash line as well as your waterline, as compared to the normal liquid liner, which you can't really use on your waterline as it will sting it so bad. Like, don't even try it, guys. I'm like suggesting you don't try. So gel liner that I have and I feel is a really good gel liner is by Lakme Absolute Gel Addict. Now I have the shade Brown Metallic Bronze, which you can buy the black one and you can use it as a kajal, or you can even go for brown. I feel brown is such a soft color that it won't make you look harsh. Black often makes you look harsh, but it also makes you look so good. But anyways, I have this Lakme Absolute Gel Addict for you guys who want to go for a gel liner, and it's going to serve 2 purposes for you guys. If you still want to go for a liquid liner, because liquid liner has more sharper look, I would suggest you go for a pen liner. The one that I have is Maybelline Colossal Liner. This is really good. I really like how it lines the eyes. The tip is extremely pointy and thin, and it stays on the eyes for a good amount of time. If you are not a very big fan of liquid liners or gel liners and you want a pencil liner to give you a more softer look, again, pencil liners which are meant for the waterline can be used on the lash line, so it will serve 2 purposes for you guys. I have 3 options for you guys. First is a black pencil. This is the Plum Nature Studio Kajal, and I feel this is so good. It stays on your waterline for forever, I guess, and it's just really good liner, I feel. And if you wear kajal daily, I used to, I don't anymore, but if you do wear kajal daily, this is a really good option for you to go. Then next I have a white kajal. Now this can serve, I think, 2 purposes again. First, it can be like a good eyeshadow base for you guys if you want to wear a colorful eyeshadow. Then this is going to be a good eyeshadow base, and you can also apply it on your waterline. Although I do feel white eyeliner for Indian skin tones is not the most ideal situation. If you are more on the fairer side, you can definitely use white eyeliner, but if you're not, then I would suggest you not to use it. But you can also use for highlighting your face. Like, I'm going to show you a simple trick. First, let me just clean up this white eyeliner. Like, I'm just gonna apply it to my Cupid's bow, and this blended out, and it automatically makes my Cupid's bow more lifted up, so you can use your white eyeliner for that purpose as well. And lastly, I have colored liner. This is again by Lakme Absolute. This is the Precision Artist eyeliner. I really like the texture of these liners, and they also have like a grip right here, so they're really easy to work with on your eyes. So I really like these. They have 2 more colors in this. One is a blue and one is a green, which generally sells in India as well, to be honest. Moving on to lips, I feel for beginners it's the best to go for liquid lipsticks because you just apply it like a gloss and it dries and it stays on forever and ever and ever. The first one I have is the MUA Luxe Liquid Lipstick. I have white liner on my hands, please don't mind that. This is a beautiful nude color. I feel this will complement so many skin tones. It's in the shade Tranquility, and again I feel it's just so gorgeous. But if you want to go for a deeper sort of a nude color, I would really recommend you guys Colourbaki's Proof Lip Stain in the shade Oat Latte. I've talked about this liquid lipstick range in my top 10 liquid lipsticks, so you might want to see that as well. Again, it's a gorgeous color, would look extremely beautiful on every lip. I wouldn't really recommend lip glosses to beginners because they're a little difficult to handle, simply because your hair tends to get stuck in it, it tends to smear, it tends to wear out so quickly. I would rather suggest you lip stains and liquid lipstick like this. But if you do like liquid lips, Rimmel Apocalypse is a really good option to go for. But then again, I have more lipstick options for you guys. After doing the nudes, you want to go towards the pinks. The first one I have is from the house of Maybelline. It's from their new Vivid Matte range, and this is the shade Neon Pink. I love the packaging of these, and the pink is just so gorgeous. It stays on for a really long time. Other matte lipsticks I swear by are the Color Show Creamy Mattes by Maybelline. I love those. If you're following me for a while, you would already know. And then you want just one dark shade in your vanity. The one I have is by Colorbar. This is in the shade Passion 05, and this is also like a matte lipstick, and look at that color. I live for such colors. You can also go for L'Oreal Arabian Nights. If you know me, again, you know it's one of my faves. Now lastly, you want something to set your makeup that it stays in place, and I love the Freedom Pro Studio Fixing Spray for that. Now coming to tools, one of my favorite tools to do my base is Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. If you've been following me for a while, again, you would know I use this so much. I have a backup of this as well. And I also swear by the Real Techniques brush set. I have the core set as well as the eye set. If you are a beginner, you just want to invest in them and you're good to go. They're just amazing, guys. You wouldn't need any other brush, trust me on that. Moving on to hair, I have some recommendations for you guys. The first recommendation for anyone, beginner, advanced, anything, is a good dry shampoo. This is great to uplift your roots on your second or third day of hair. The one that I'm currently loving is the Batiste Instant Hair Refresh Dry Shampoo Plus. This is in the variant Divine Dark, so it's great for people like me who have darker roots, because dry shampoos often tend to leave like a white residue and that's not a cute look. This, on the other hand, even if it does leave a tint, it's going to leave a brunette or a dark brown tint. It's again great for people who have like graying hair or just like new roots showing through. You just spray it on and then you have instantly colored hair, but just for a while, the next day you'll have to shampoo. Then I have this Roots Professional Moroccvita oil. I have used this in a couple of my videos as well. I love this. It instantly just tames down your hair, makes it so soft and smooth. And the best part about it is that it is natural, so it's not adding any harmful chemicals to your hair, but it's just like nourishing it as well. So if you have frizzy hair or you just want more glossier looking hair, because everyone wants that, trust me guys, everyone wants that. So this is a really good option to go for you guys. Then another really important thing for any beginner out there is to invest in a good, and when I say good, I mean good, heat protectant. Now what this is going to do is it's going to save your hair from all of that constant frying which we do with our heating tools. So this is just going to make sure your hair is not as damaged. It's not going to like be fully foolproof or bulletproof for damage, but it's still going to make sure it's not extremely damaged. Now you really want to protect your hair, so please guys, do buy a good heat protectant. The one that I've used millions of times, this is my second bottle of it, so it saves a lot, is the Toni & Guy Prep Heat Protection Mist. This is the anti-static control, so your hair won't have static as well, which is great for your hair. My last recommendation for you guys is going to be a good flat iron. The one that I'm currently obsessed with is the Coriolis Pro V flat iron. Now this is great for beginners because A, you can straighten your hair with it, B, you can curl with it, C, you can wave with it. You can do more hairstyles with a flat iron than with a curling iron, so I prefer for beginners or for someone who just want to buy one heating tool, a flat iron is your best option to go for. So those were all of our recommendations for a beginner's kit. Again, as I said in the beginning, you don't need to buy all of this all together. You want to slowly build upon it, and if you want to buy it all together, you do you boo. So yes, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and if it was, then don't forget to comment and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Also, don't forget to check out all of my social media, which would be in the bottom bar as usual for you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Till then, take care. Bye.